Yo, hi guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content, and this was so strange. So, I was chilling on the server, working on the one-man hive, trying to get some stuff done, and this guy on the server comes at me. So, basically, we're sitting there talking about Forsaken Giant, and I think I inputted simply that if you're standing, I just pretty much explained the platforms, because someone on the server was saying that they were dealing with like an issue of the platform or something like that. And then I'm thinking I also said like any build will really clear the Forsaken Giant because it's mainly about like a time gap sort of thing. Like it's capping you on the maximum amount of damage you can do. That being said, any build will really work because of that thing. You're kind of stuck at a limited clear time. Yes, you can get a little bit faster, but not that much faster. And yeah, technically once again. And also, I'm not really sure why this guy decided to do this. I'm not sure if he was saying that my 1 HP builds are trolls or why he called me a troll, which is weird just because like all I do is make content over helping people and build guides and one-man hives. My god, this has been a time-consuming project, guys. We're still not done yet. I was gonna farm H37s. I even tried to convince this guy to go to alpha with me and we can run it on pro and see how good the build is. He didn't really have anything of that. He's wanting me to run it on Forsaken Giant, and the reason why he's saying Forsaken Giant is due to the fact that I'm running an elemental build. I shouldn't technically be able to clear Forsaken Giant, but my build's just really good. And no matter even if it's a boost for like elemental or anything like that, you're still going to be able to hit, a good few thousand damage per shot, even just using tungsten ammo. Now, I also used like the wrong build item in this, and then my whimsical drink actually heals my sanity. I didn't read that when I was making him. I was thinking that Scarlet Calamus didn't restore sanity or HP. It just said it made it lighter to carry, but then I looked and realized it was restoring my damn sanity. So, yeah, with that in mind, I definitely don't need that. It's either that or maybe my main has a perk that makes it where I restore sanity from any good I cook, which is even worse. Regardless, we will have to get our whimsical drink settled out. This build was not even completed. He was wanting me to use my 100k build, which that's from a video of the power surge crossbow build, which I've gotten so many different comments and like hate about that build. Like it's terrible. Like, oh, I have the best build. Like this one guy with like 1,000 something subs. I was gonna do a video about him, but like honestly, I was trying not to. I was trying not to do this type of content. I don't want to do this type of content. I don't like this content. The guy just like, first of all, this wasted too many hours of my time not to make a damn video over. Okay, like, I'm sorry that, but with that being said, we're making this damn video, because it was just entertaining to me. I don't know why this guy came at me like this. I don't know why he just got so aggressive to me. So, like, once we actually joined teams together, he started, like, mouthing something like, elemental ain't gonna be able to even clear it. This ain't gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. Like lipping off instantly, not starting the damn thing or anything. So then I tell him just start it. I don't have to teleport there, and he tells me I'm lazy. So then I say I have the teleport tower. It literally irritated me. Like I literally was about to go to the teleport tower and like I switched worlds and everything. Was about to go to the teleport tower. I almost denied his teleport just because I was gonna go to the teleport tower and just go to the damn location. Like, I have the teleport tower unlocked, buddy. It's not about lazy. I just wanted to respawn back by this tower when I was done with this Forsaken Giant shit, because this is the tower for Silo Alpha, where I was wanting to go farm H37. So once again, this was a complete waste of time. Clearing Forsaken Giant on Pro, one, I don't recommend it. It's terrible. I hate it. I hate Forsaken Giant. Most of us do. There's no real good rewards from clearing Forsaken Giant. There's other things you can do to get the same damn rewards the Forsaken Giant can give you. Why even do it? But with that being said, our whimsical drink was recovering our sanity, which makes up for like 40% of our damage, if I'm thinking correctly. It might be like a 15% difference. Regardless, it's a good amount of damage difference, and it also wasn't going to be increasing our weapon damage, which is what's most important on the Forsaken Giant. That's the other thing about my 1 HP elemental builds is they do still have a good weapon damage percentage too, because everything that's boosting status usually also boosts weapon damage. But regardless, we started the thing with the guy. we get into it. We're running it. First things first, right off the bat, what does the guy do? Does he let everybody get their items build prepped up? I mean, someone was literally just trying to use a spring legs and they died right at the beginning. I was trying to run through the whole build setup. I was thinking my whimsical drinks were set up properly, so I had cactus on inventory and I was trying to eat some cactus real quick to get my sanity maxed up so I could get the maximum damage, because, you know, that's how an in-game build works. If you can't build in-game, don't trash on in-game builds. Because it's an end-game build. I'm sorry, you're not that far into the game, bro. I really think that needs to be clarified more on build guides. End-game versus, you know, intermediate. You've been playing a little bit, especially with the mod system and how attribute systems work. But as you can see here, it was a miserable time when we started with this. He threw us into the freaking thing. A lot of the enemies were already spawned in, and it just made it a lot worse, because on a 1 HP build, first of all, I've soloed this on pro mode with a 1 HP build. I think I did it with the damn ACS 12 Pyroclasm last. So another elemental build, once again. It has a shotgun. I did it with a shotgun. So, like, once again, any build can clear this. I swear to God. But he wanted to mouth off that you had to, like, use the bingo. And he said he had a 5-minute and 20-second clear time. That was his, like, highest one, but that was a couple months ago, and his list as it went on through the months actually got, like, higher on the clear time. Now, I'm thinking that is because he only runs one single build, but also, aside from that, with this run here, why was it so bad if he has a 5-minute and 20-second clear time? Is that a 5-minute and 20-second clear time in a full 4-man team? Because I pretty much soloed it in this next clip, and it was like a 10-minute clear time. And that was with, like, me not even knowing where all the enemies spawn. Once again, this is another thing about running in a 1 HP build. You can pretty much one-shot every single enemy. But at the same time, if you don't, you'll die. So there's a pro and a con to a 1 HP build. And while Ardent Shield is amazing, and my defense is very quite good for running around with 1 HP and just constantly being able to get slapped in the face by a giant hand or a guy popping up and attacking me. Full bullets can be sprayed into me. I'm good with the Ardent Shield plus the Deviation perk. 1 HP is a blast to run. You do have to kill your enemies quick, so you know, you gotta get good at aiming. But yeah, so once again, this was pretty miserable. I think I've actually showed too much of this, you know, the guy throwing us in here. Once we actually got it cleared up, we were getting into it. We were clearing through the Forsaken Giant, you know, running through the phases, getting through the damn thing. You know, damage is capped, so we're set at a limited time no matter what. I ended up trying to revive the guy, you know, try and help this guy out, you know, clear through this for him, because, you know, I'm pretty, he surely, like, was he using a different damn build when we were running this versus when he got his 5-minute and 20-second clear time? Because he got absolutely obliterated on this. Like, that's my question. Like, what the hell, man? Like, is your clear time based upon a 4-man team? That's what I want to know. But regardless, and in the end of this, after all of this, once we actually cleared it, and I said it in the chat, he started just calling me an asshole over and over to everything I said. And I was just like, oh, man, and now I start questioning, am I being an asshole in making this video? And I don't really think so, guys, just because I didn't do this, and this wasn't, like, this isn't the first time that I've had people say something about the 1 HP build and call it trash and say I don't know how to play the game. I get that comment a lot, and I always have ever since I started making Once Human content, and the only reason why I get that comment is because I don't use the same build everybody else uses, and people assume because it's different, it's wrong, and that is not always the case. In games like these, in MMOs, there are multiple ways to build every single gun in an MMO. You can build them completely different. A 1 HP build and a normal HP build are two different things. A normal HP build nowadays, compared to the 1 HP builds, which can get absolutely ludicrous and go with every single sort of content we're getting right now, everything is geared towards running 1 HP. We're in this lunar to win it right now, guys, and even in the Endless Dream scenario, it's sounding like a separate scenario from Pollution, from the latest dev talks. Once again, they're still too confusing for me to even deal with covering the dev talks. I know I used to, like, cover the news and stuff, but that's when I had time to cover the news. I can't stalk the game anymore, guys. I have a real job to go do now. So everything I do in this game is just the hours I get. So when people want to start stuff like this with me, and for no reason, just to, you know, get aggro with me and I waste hours of my time doing it, and it happens to be hilarious, I'm sorry that I decided to make the video. I'm already apologizing for this video because I'm so afraid that people are just gonna be like, thinking I'm such an asshole for showing clearing this after the guy like did all that and then wouldn't even stay around long enough to get a clear after rushing us into it and getting us all killed. Like, I can't believe that. And then after all that, he called me an asshole. Once again, like, how can you do that? How can you sit there and go at someone, say that they can't clear something with a certain build when you can? I do understand that if you were building into something that didn't have any restrictions made by the Forsaken Giant boss itself, where like, because the Forsaken Giant I don't think actually will take any burn damage. Now my damage numbers are red, but I'm thinking that's more like a crit thing, but regardless I don't think it'll actually do any burn damage. But I'm thinking that when like the boom boom pops off and pops the extra damage along the side on the Forsaken Giant, it's still popping all of those damage markers off, and they're still doing damage even if they're not technically burn based damage. I'm thinking the boom boom's also a crit gun anyway, but those extra damage perks are still hitting, so it's still going to do good damage. So like I said, you can use any build to clear anything. I mean, I have literally defeated void type enemies with a coherence build. Like, there is nothing in this game you cannot beat with any build if the build is good enough. And yeah, that's why I like running the 1 HP build, because it's absolutely amazing. I will not say this build is the fastest way of clearing the Forsaken Giant. You probably shouldn't try. I mean, you can, unless you're, you know, trying to get a speed clear for some reason on Forsaken Giant, which, once again, no one cares about Forsaken Giant. No one wants to run Forsaken Giant. The only cool thing you can say you've done is when you run solo Leah Labs or you run solo Zone of Haze. That's cool. And also, I want to see what build you're using, because that build sounds absolutely amazing for PvE. Right, guys? So, like, and once again, I almost soloed Zone Haze with 1 HP, by the way, guys. We got to the final boss, and then we ran out of items, and then the season ended, and that's about to change. The only thing is, we're going to be doing Leah's Labs now. So, yeah, we're going to see how many 1 HP builds we can get put together and go solo some Leah's Labs soon enough in some future videos. But once again, guys, my time has just been absolutely ate by this one-man hive stuff, guys. I have been pumping hours and hours and hours and hours into this thing. I'm pretty sure I've peaked 50 hours on every single freshly made account that I made like 2 weeks ago already. Probably peaking 100 hours, maybe even hitting 200 on this one-man hive stuff. So, like I said, I need about 23 more of the H37s, and there's our clear of the Forsaken Giant. And we're going to get back on into this, because when we get back on into the chat, the guy, like I said, is still going. So, I told him that we cleared it, and he starts saying I'm a troll, what the F is wrong with me? And then eventually, and then he denies reality and asks the Anua person, run what? Like, he doesn't even know what Forsaken Giant was that we cleared. That's why it's like, I don't think I'm the asshole here. I think this guy is being toxic in the chat from the beginning, telling people only the bingo can clear the damn Forsaken Giant, which is nuts, because there's all sorts of builds to clear the Forsaken Giant, and why wouldn't you want to clear something with more than one type of build? I will say, I just honestly don't recommend clearing the Forsaken Giant on Pro Mode. I don't recommend clearing the Forsaken Giant, because I don't see a reason to challenge the Forsaken Giant. It was a complete waste of my time, and this ended up being, all in all, with like having to edit this and everything else, which once again, I didn't have to edit it, but it was at least 30 to 40 minutes of recording, not to mention the amount of time that I didn't record where this guy was just stalling, because once we actually joined into the team, it took him like a good few minutes of him just lipping, saying I couldn't beat it, that I wasn't going to be able to beat it, that I was just trolling him. I needed to, like, just being toxic to me, man. Like, why? Why do this shit, man? Like, I really don't think I'm being the asshole here, guys. I really don't. But if I am, please let me know down below. And I know some haters are going to be down there to let me know, because that's what I've kind of chalked this up to in my head, is that this guy just seen the 1 HP build, is mad because his power surge build is different. It's not a 1 HP build, and he hates me because my build's different. And that's like, I get comments like that quite a bit, where they're like, your build's trash, and it's just because your build's different. If your build is different than what is considered like the main meta, or like what the biggest subscriber count has, or like the biggest views on a build video is, you're gonna get trashed on. And all these other new build videos, or like there's these new build channels who like make a build a week or something like that, they're all just using copy paste builds that are all from like either Reddit or Google or something like that, and it's like they have a script handed to them for their build. There are no talent videos to make, and when you make the build yourself and you actually, like, you know, tune into it and know what all the stats are doing and actually affecting things, you can come out with a lot more fun builds. Like, once again, this is not a max clear time by any means build here, and this build was even incomplete when I cleared this, but we did clear the Forsaken Giant on pro mode with the Boom Boom. So yeah, you can clear the Forsaken Giant with an elemental build. You could do this with Power Surge, anything really, honestly. I really don't get this guy being so toxic, but after he stopped, like, listening to me at all or, like, saying anything, I just ended up blacklisting him, add him to the list, put him out, seas, keep it beast mode.